summer's day in Shepherdstown. An eagle in a thermal is a circling round like a tire on a bike rolling down Columbus Street. But Katie got a little look of hope in her eyes, and her arms unfold as she looked to the skies and said, I'm gonna learn to fly around with you, yeah.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to episode 47 of Net on the Fly. I'm Katie, also known as JetGirl1313 on Plurk and Revelry, and it is February 7th, 2012. It is a sunny but chilly day up in Maine, and yeah, we're going to record a show. So, jet setting. Last week I was working on my logbook. I am still working on my logbook. It is so time consuming to fill out all the pages, so that is taking a lot more time than I had originally thought, but it's getting done. I will be jet setting off to Dallas, Texas, the 8th, 9th, and 10th of March, or is it the 9th, 10th, and 11th? It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the weekend before my birthday, to attend the Women in Aviation Conference. So I need to have all that done so I can go down and knock some socks off, some majors, so I can get myself a new job. It's probably only going to get me on a short list, which means they like me, they want to see me again, they want to bring me to somewhere to have a full interview when they start hiring. So that's what we're aiming for. So I'm working on that. Friday, a friend of ours called and said, hey, you want to go to lunch? I'm in town running errands. So I said, okay. So I went up and had some lunch. Haven't seen her in forever, so it was super fun to go hang out with Mary and catch up. So that was really nice. Then Sunday was the Super Bowl. Oi is all I have to say. Oi. You can't get a safety on the first play of the game, and you can't have your three top receivers drop long passes on the final potential Super Bowl winning drive and expect to win. Sorry. You just can't do it. And they didn't. They didn't win. The Pats lost again to the Giants. And like I've said, I don't really like the Giants. I don't really like Eli Manning. Never have. Even when he was in college, I really didn't like him. Don't know why. Just one of those things. But I'm an NFC girl, so go NFC. But yeah, it's amazing how to heart the Pats fans take it up here. They really feel it deeply, and they're very angry. There's a lot of very grumpy people Monday morning. Actually, all day Monday. Don't want to read the paper. They don't want to watch the news. They just they wanted to stay away from it. So the Pats gave it away. It was their own fault. So there's not much I can say about that because you can't play like that and expect to win the Super Bowl, and they didn't. So we had good wings though, and good pizza. So it was a bummer, but it kept me on the edge of my seat. I was out of my seat for the last 10 minutes of the game, pacing around the living room, and that's how Super Bowl games should be. So that was really fun to actually watch a good, solid football game. That was fun. Yesterday, I was in Pittsburgh for about 4 hours. I was there for some of our people needed to go to Cleveland for a meeting. So we took them. I dropped a line to Fiber Nymph, Lisa of Fiber Nymph Dye Works, and said, hey, you're going to be in town. I knew she was on vacation. She goes, I'm actually getting in tonight, so yeah, we can meet tomorrow. And we did. She is very lovely. It was super fun to meet her. She was waiting for me when I got there. We went over to Knit One. It's okay yarn shop. We didn't have a lot of time, and her favorite yarn shop was a little bit further away. And she goes, you know what, let's just go over there. So we went to Natural Stitches. There's a couple other ones. I know DPU Tiger. She works at one. I can't remember the name of it, but it's further. I think it's further north in Pittsburgh, and I was on the very southern edge. So we didn't get to go up there, but we did go to Natural Stitches, and I did get goodies, which I will share in reservations. But there's very nice people that work there. You walk in, it's a big knitting area. There's a whole wall of needles, tons of yarn. They've got the Cascade wall, which I totally should have taken a better picture of. But here are a few pictures of, the first one will be of Lisa and I in front of the Cascade wall. The second picture will be me holding some Madeline Tosh Tarte, which is the coveted yarn right now from Madeline Tosh. So here it is. And then Lisa holding the Madeline Tosh tart. We're at Subway having lunch. Here's her picture. And one of us got Madeline Tosh tart. You'll have to wait till the end to find out which one of us bought it. You'll see if I show it to you or not. But you walk in and they're like, hey, Lisa, if you need anything, we'll be right over here. They don't badger you. They don't follow you. That's what I like. Say hi. Make me feel welcome. Let me know that you can help me, or ask me if I'm looking for anything specific, and then leave me alone. Because I hate being badgered at the yarn store. It drives me crazy. Or, hey, you should touch this. Touch this. No, just leave me alone. I'll touch it on my own. So they were very cool. I do have my current show notes, which will be changed by the time you guys see this. We were supposed to go to Cleveland last week. That's been canceled. We're now going to West Virginia on Tuesday. Of course on Valentine's Day. So anyway, we're going to West Virginia somewhere. I don't even know where. MGC, MGV, MGW. I don't know. I'll have to look again. They're still working on the details of the trip, see if it's even worth the money to go. So yeah, that's next week. And then we do have the switch over towards the end of the month. We still have no idea what that is going to entail. Might end up spending some time in the Hyannis area for the swap over. So yeah, I don't know. Not sure what's next. Let's see. En route. Interrupting cow socks. Still. Here they are. I think they're going to be really big for my feet, but what are you going to do? I got probably another half an inch done on these yesterday while I was sitting around. The link's on my show notes page, but they're getting there. I want to get them done. I'm sick of being on the needles. The snuggles right here. This has only probably got 2 rows on it. I need to get my butt going because I need to get it done. It probably only needs another few inches. I'm not going to make it totally square because I'm thinking they could lay it this way and make it a bigger area in the cages because I know where it's going. I know what size their cages are. So, probably only a few more rows on that and that will be done. So hopefully that'll be done next week. That is for the snuggle along with Sadie at Yarnivore, and a bunch of other podcasters are involved. You guys are adding tons of pictures to the thread. I've got to get you guys some more prizes. I actually did buy some prizes. It's not true. I have a couple more. But it was very good. Monkey socks. Want to see them? They're here. These are my monkey socks. I just watched Kate of Notable Needle, and she was talking about how she actually has to go up a size because it's only 64 stitches. My typical sock is 56. So I cast on with actually one size smaller. I'm going to have to go another size smaller. So I'm probably going to do these on zeros. I never thought I'd knit that loose, but apparently I do. My sweater I got perfect gauge, so I'm not sure if it's maybe smaller needles I knit looser. And on the bigger, like size 8, 9, 10, I knit more on gauge. I don't know. So anyway, those have been ripped out. Those will be recast on with something that's in the purchase bag from yesterday. I also have a dishcloth on the hook. It's just a granny square dishcloth out of some unlabeled cotton yarn. I'd gotten a bunch of cotton yarn from the group down in North Carolina. I don't know if it's Sugar and Cream or Peaches and Cream, but you used to be able to write to them and they'd send you their seconds for just the cost of shipping. And I got a ton of stuff that wasn't marked, so it was all balled up, and I've got it all hidden around the room. But I've got a couple of photos I'll show you later, but this is a granny square dishcloth. I like that it has holes in it. So, but anyway, that's my other thing on the needles. That's it for En route this week. Landed. My secret project is done. You will not hear about that again for a few months. But that is finished. I did finish that last week in block. It turned out fabulously. I got 3 dishcloths done, and these are just, I just made these up while I was at work. I think it's cast on 22 or 24, and then it's double crochet, or half double crochet across, and then single crochet, half double crochet, just back and forth. They're not perfect, but they're dishcloths, so that's fine. Actually, we're making dishcloths for the Knit in the Mitten. We're all making dishcloths, or face cloths, washcloths, to donate, because they have dishcloths around the little bed and breakfast, or the little place, where the lodge where we're staying. So these will actually probably go in the pile for that. I don't know, that other one's kind of lumpy. That purple one is good, and then this one. Again, from the cotton that I don't really know about. But they're not washed or blocked yet, which I will wash and block them only because I don't want the colors to run and her to throw these in with stuff and then they're all bled out. Then this next finished object was started August of 2010. It's on my project page. It's called the Lisbeth. The designer is Sharon Dreyfus, who is She Knits on Ravelry. I have known Sharon and her small talk crew for pretty much since I started on Ravelry. She used to have a podcast that went every week. Now it's sporadic, but she still checks in every once in a while, which is nice. I don't know if she watches, but all the She Knits women, ladies, have been with me through some pretty tough times. It's where I know a lot of my very good Rav friends. I've got to meet a lot of them in real life, so it's been very cool to see everybody evolve over the last 5 years or so. But this was a knit along the summer of 2010. I did really well. I got about just under 2/3 of the way along, and then life got in the way and I put it away. So in my effort to finish my projects, I finished this shawl. It's a shawlette. You know what? I couldn't even tell you. Let's see if I can find it. I will tell you what the yarn is because it's been so long. I know I bought both yarns at the 2010, the 2010 Fiber Frolic up by Windsor, Maine. And I bought them from 2 different vendors. And I don't want to get them wrong, so let me... Where's my Elizabeth? Finished. I linked it, but when I'm in the preview thing of that, I can't see it. Where is it? Why isn't it showing up? There it is. I don't know where it was hiding. Okay, so the red is called Poisoned Apple, and it's from Forbidden Yarns. I believe she's out of the New York area. I think she's still around. But that's the red. It does have these panels. It's been blocked, but the little edges don't stick up. And then the gray is Dye Dreams Dream Socks in Steel. I bought them June 5th, 2010. So anyway, there's these panels, and then there's the work. All the color work along the way. And the edging is beautiful. And then another panel. So anyway, this is my shawl. Yay! And this was knit side to side. So this was knit from one little end to the other little end. So I have now finished shawls, I think, in every way imaginable. Side to side, top down, bottom up. Is there any left? Did I miss any? So anyway, this is finished. This was very nice to get off the needles. I will now hopefully go look in there again and see if I can't find another project to finish up from my hoe bin. Sorry, that's my phone. Takeoff is still the honey socks in Ethereal Fibers Cracked Pepper. That just hasn't been done yet. Part of it is that I've got to ball it up by hand, and I'm kind of lazy and don't want to do it. So, yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. So I just need to ball it up by hand, and I'm kind of lazy, and I just don't want to do it. So, but I will get to those. The other thing that's going to go on my needles is going to be the Manhattan socks, and that's this. It's Honey Socks Manhattan Pattern by Lisa Dykstra, who Yen for Yarn, we're thinking of you right now. She is undergoing surgery for her relapse in her fight with ovarian cancer. So by the time this is up, you are probably going to be out and in recovery. So many thoughts and best wishes and prayers and whatever else you need coming your way, you got them. So that is my my COFY, cast on for Yen for Yarn, knit along thing. So that will be one of the next things. Holding pattern. My currently on the wheel is the Barley Yarns Pencil Roving and Mountain Laurel. I finally figured out how to spin that stuff. It's still very rustic. It's not as even as my other fine yarns and fibers I have behind me, but it's very nice. I finally figured it out. This is my finished object in my holding. And forgive the skein. The skein is a pain in the ass because I'm really bad. I had to do this by hand. And it got really tight, and then there's some parts that are really loose, so it looks kind of goofy. But this is CJ Kopech Creations. This is 8 ounces of Alaskan and Prairie Wind that I did kind of a fractal spin on. I did ply it up. It's a 2-ply. And it's 875 yards, which is pretty awesome. So you've got the part where it barber poles. And then you've got parts where it's more blended. It just, depends on what part you're looking at. So there's the barber poling. And then if you flip to the inside, you can see. So anyway, I'm really happy with it. 875 yards. I put the little tag on it. 874 yards. It's the Alaskan's 100% merino. The Prairie's the part that has the yellow in it, and that's 25 Corriedale, 75 merino. So I really like it. I think it will be a shawl. 875 yards is a lot of yarn, and the way it got fractal spun, I think you'll get a nice subtle. And I spun it or I twisted it up in a skein so weird that it makes a big blob when I put it. So anyway, probably makes a nice subtle stripe throughout the whole thing, so we'll see. Ground stop, looking for work, lots of meetings, we're working on our own stuff to try to start our own business, I think. And the logbook was distracting, but not too bad of a week. I actually was fairly productive, if I don't say so myself. Reservations. I don't actually have a ton in reservations, but I did want to mention, and if you're fundraising for something, please let me know. I'd love to mention it on the podcast. I do have 3 right now. Mommy Needs Yarn is doing her Autism Speaks fundraiser for Brody. They have reset their goal because they have already met their initial goal, and they're shooting for a higher goal. Heather of Highland Handmaids had done a dye work a dye lot colorway called Bouncing for Brody, and she gave $10 from every skein purchased. So I just want to say thank you to any of you who also watch me and watch Erin and Heather. Thank you for buying all those skeins. That was a very large donation towards Autism Speaks. Amelia Bella is doing Knitters for Knockers. I can't remember, it's for every $5 you get entered into a drawing, and I can't remember what all the prizes are, but go check out her site. There's a link on the show notes page to Amelia Bella. She does the His and Hers podcast with her husband, Sean. Rain Lover Knits, who is Sarah, is doing the Avon Walk for breast cancer, and I don't think she has a link up quite yet, but do watch for that, and she also has the Rain Lover Knits podcast. So if anybody else is doing one and I missed it, let me know. I do know there is going to be one for the Knit One Heart 2 podcast group for the Boston Marathon, which comes up, I believe, in the spring. So there will probably be another one coming up there. A couple things I love to watch on TV is Smash. It just previewed, was it last night? I watched it this morning, but it was on DVR. It's about Broadway, and it's got Deborah Messing, and I love musicals, and they're singing and songs and dancing, and I like that stuff. It's like Glee, but Broadway, if that makes sense. It's about people trying to make it in New York, auditioning for a Broadway show. So I love Broadway. I love that whole theatrics, so I really liked it. We'll see how it develops. There's only been 1 episode, so they have me coming back for more, though. And then Downton Abbey. I don't even know if I mentioned it last week. I started watching it. I finished season 1 in like 2 or 3 days. I caught up on season 2 in 2 days, and then watched the new one on Sunday night. So there'll be another one coming this Sunday, and I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so much fun. I love that period stuff, and back when you dress a certain way, and I don't know, it's probably a lot of work, and I probably would end up being one of the servants, not one of the rich people, but I love to watch. I find it very intriguing. And here's my goodies from the yarn store. So I got a little bag. The first thing isn't actually from the yarn store. It's from Lisa herself. She gave me a skein of her Fiber Nymph Dye Works. It is Deep Distraction. It's her 100% superwash merino. It's her cozy base. It's 220 yards of worsted weight. That's a good chunk of worsted weight. And She said you can machine wash it, but it's blues and purples and teals. It's very pretty. So, thank you very much, Lisa. She wishes she would have had time to dye more specific stuff. She would have liked to dye something specifically for me, but that's okay. Natural Stitches is naturalstitches.com is their website, and it's the village of East Side in Pittsburgh. It's on the southern part of Pittsburgh is where it is. I kept that so I could make sure to tell you about that. So, what I got was a shawl pin, which actually I can probably demonstrate out. Because I only have one, and it's a really basic one. I really like the basic, so it's not too crazy. But this one, it's a wooden one. It's very pretty. And, so yeah. It's a little big. I might not use it for this one, but it works. Beautiful. It's not too crazy. Okay, so then what I got was, I got some Hiya stitch markers. And one of these is going to go into the giveaway for the Snuggles project. The little balls of yarn. They're so cute. So I got a set for me too. And then I got, there's my receipt, I don't need anymore. I got some collage needles. I've never used them before. These are size zeros. The 24 inch. I think I actually meant to grab the 32 inch. That's a bummer. Crap. Oh well, I got them now. So here's some square ones. I totally meant to grab the 32 inch. I just noticed that. Oh well. And then I got some Chigus. These are just their stainless steel ones. These aren't the new red lace, which I have some of those. And I've got some of just their red ones. But these are just their regular stainless steel Chigus, which they're getting rid of. These are 32 inch size 00. Because of my challenges with the stupid sock yarn getting gauge knitting socks, I figured for $5, because I'm pretty sure they're getting rid of these, it was a good deal. So, I got some size 00s. I never thought I'd knit with 00s, ever. This was back when I knit with 8s. I was like, oh, that's too small. No, I'm going for 00s to get gauge. Who would have thunk it? So anyway, there's my other needles. Like I said, I bought no yarn. I got yarn from Fiber Nymph, but I didn't buy any. Then I bought some buttons. Oh my god, these are so cute. I bought the last 2. I probably shouldn't have bought any because of the whole job thing, but you know what? How often am I going to get to Pittsburgh? These are little propeller buttons, and the propeller spins. Isn't that cute? So I have 2 of those. I bought the only 2 they had. I would have bought like 4 just because. But I got those. Then I got these little envelopes. Lisa actually found these as I was checking out, and I bought these too. But they're little notes to give for the baby gift. And it says, you made that, I made this. So when you give a baby gift, you can be like, well, you made the baby, I made you a present. So there's 4 of those. Those were super cute. Then I bought these. They're just little tags. And these are all made by Knitterella. She is knitterella.com. These are by someone else, I think, though. They are. These little notes, the little ones with the envelopes, are made by Knit Notes. KNITKNOTES.com. I'll link all these in the show notes. And this is knitterella.com. So, they're very, very cool. And then there's on the back, you can circle how to care for them. If they're hand wash or machine wash or hot, cold, dry, flat, don't iron, iron, medium heat, do not bleach. You can do that. And then these, actually of all strange things, I didn't realize there was 2 different ones in this envelope, or in this little slip. There's 2 different labels. This is the one I didn't realize I did. Yes, I did make it, and no, you can't return it. Which is cute. But this is why I originally bought the package, was this one. It says, I made this especially for you. So, even if you don't act like it, even if you don't, hold on, let's start over, shall we? I made this especially for you. Even if you don't like it, please act like you do. So anyway, I thought they were super cute, so I bought some of those. And that's all I bought. That's all I got from the yarn stores in Pittsburgh. But I didn't really need any, so that solves the mystery of who bought the Madeline Tosh tart. Lisa did. I was asking about Madeline Tosh because I've never really had my hands on it. Not all the different bases. And that's one thing that's kind of bummer about not having a yarn shop, is that I can't actually feel it. Like, yeah, they're beautiful, but I want to feel it. Like, I want to put my hands on it. We're touchy people. We like to squish it. We like to touch it. I can't do that here. So, it was really cool to see all that stuff. And, it was very cool. So she saw it and she goes, "That's the tart." And I said, "Oh my God." And she goes, "If you're not buying that, I am." I said, "It's all you." So Lisa has some Madeline Tosh tart. It's very beautiful. I'm not surprised. That's totally a color I love. Obviously, I've got the red in here. So I totally get why everyone's fawning over it. It's fantastic. And the one woman said that that's by far been their best seller lately. So those of you that got it, you're lucky. Those of you who don't, it is beautiful. So that brings me to the end with my special TFR. My special TFR was actually my TFR for last week that I couldn't remember what it was. It's Nutella. It's all Coggy's fault from the high fiber diet. She's talked about it many times, and I'm like, whatever. Like, hazelnut spread? Like, how gross is that? Well, I didn't realize it tasted like chocolate. Like, it's a nutty chocolate thing. So I've discovered that it's good if you put it on the croissant and then you wrap it up and cook it. It's like a little desserty thing. I also put it on, and this came from my honey. When he worked on he was a captain of a sailboat for a family, a huge catamaran, actually, not a sailboat, a huge, like, liveaboard. And when they had quesadilla night, they would make chocolate quesadillas. And so I got that idea. So I put peanut butter on half and Nutella on half, just a real thin layer. Then you roll it up, and peanut butter and chocolate are fantastic. Peanut butter is my favorite food ever, I think. So it was very good. So Nutella is now a nice little snack. I don't quite dip my fingers in it and lick my fingers clean like some of you out there do, but it's very good. So that's my special TFR. I do like it. It's very good. So I'm not a huge chocolate fan, but it's not super sweet. But it's got that little hint of chocolate. So it's a perfect combo for me. Well, that's all I got this week. I think this was kind of short, but I'm trucking right along on my stuff. And yeah, getting ready to go to Texas. So that will be coming up in just a few weeks, about a month now. And Valentine's Day is this weekend, so get your presents finished. I've just got to do one thing on mine. I'm actually going to do that right now, and I will show that to you guys next week. So take care, you guys. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye!